Good hello everyone and welcome back to Fins and Whiskers. In this video I am going to make gel food for the Otocinclus fry. So normally in the wild, Otocinclus fry would probably chow down on microfauna and algae, but the last time I had Otocinclus fry I focused too much on that. So I am now going to try more solid foods, and gel foods are perfect because they're soft, they can graze on them, and it breaks down over time so it's in the tank and can be there for a while. So now I'm going to show the ingredients that I'll be feeding the Otocinclus fry. And first we have a variety of baby foods, and these are all just different liquefied, I don't know the word I'm looking for, vegetables. So we have carrot in this one, as well as peas, and it also has iron, zinc, and folic acid, which is good. And then the other baby food has zucchini and string beans, and lastly, carrot. Then I also have a variety of grinded veggies. This is kale, and then I also have more carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower in this one. Now, I didn't have agar on hand and can't really get it during this time of quarantine, so I am using gelatin, but it's okay, they can use a bit of protein anyway. But I am going to make it a very thin layer so that they still get to the actual nutrients and vitamins. And also for protein, I'm going to be adding brine shrimp and chlorella flakes from Seachem. And the last ingredient I'm going to put is the spirulina powder. This is definitely going to make everything green, but it is also a type of algae. And then we have the actual gelatin. But those are all the ingredients. And I'm going to mix it into this bowl and be freezing them later in a silicone ice tray. This will just help to pop out the gel food later on much easier. So now I'm going to add everything together in the bowl and mix it together so that it will compact with the gelatin as the last step. So first I'm going to add the baby food because it's very liquidy, so it will help us be able to combine everything. Technical difficulties. Okay, not as liquidy as I thought, so I'm using a spoon. And I'm just going to use all of the baby food since this isn't going to be a lot, but it needs to be concentrated. So satisfying. Next, I'm just going to mix it together. The mixed vegetables baby food was definitely not liquidy as the others are, so that's weird, but we can still unclump it and try to make it as liquidy as we can. And you can also use a blender, but it's late at night right now and I don't feel like using a blender because it's so loud. So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Doesn't this look yummy? And then when it's all mixed together, at least the baby food, I'm now going to add the vegetables, and I'm going to add the kale first. And I'm measuring all of this by hand. You can probably look up recipes for specific measurements if you're going to make gel food for your algae eaters, but I'm just so used to doing this by hand for now, so we will not be measuring today. But pretty much just a few pinches of the vegetables will work. And again, I'm just going to mix it very thoroughly so that it combines with the baby food. Now I'm going to add the spirulina powder. And I only need a little bit because it is very concentrated and it can stain, so we need to use as little as possible. And because they are algae eaters, I would probably say 2 teaspoons is good. Maybe even 2.5. I don't know. Totally guessing here. And again, just going to mix that up. Now it's really gonna start turning green. And then I'm also gonna take the chlorella flakes and I'm going to mash it up into very tiny pieces and put it in as well. And I'm just using like a pinch, maybe 2 pinches, because it does also contain algae, so we really want that as well. And chlorella is really good for algae eaters too. So again, just taking 2 pinches, it really mashes up pretty easily and very finely, so that is definitely what we want. And again, we're going to mix. And the last ingredient I'm going to add before the gelatin are the brine shrimp. And these are freeze-dried brine shrimp, so I am just going to take a cube. This is fine enough since the gelatin will already have a bit of protein that is going to take a bit to get through, so I will just be using a little block like this. Now I'm going to melt it in my hands. This was totally a good idea. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Are you even a fish owner if you don't touch everything with your hands? And then again, we are going to mix. And now oh my, okay. And now we are going to add the gelatin, and I usually add 1/6 of a cup or 2 tablespoons, but for now I'm gonna try 1 because it seems like a lot for this batch. So we're gonna see how that works out. I don't want the layer of gelatin to be too thick, so that's why I'm being wary. And then after that, you have to boil water, and you can do it in a pot, but I'm just gonna pour boiling water over it. I think it's the easiest and fastest way to do it. And yeah, so I'll just be heating up some water in this thing. Electric kettle is the name, I just remembered that. So now I'm going to add the boiling water, and we want it so that there is a glaze above the entire mixture. So I'm going to put little by little water so that I don't over liquefy this. And the glaze on top will look very shiny, and that's how we'll know that it will turn into gel food, which is a really good thing. And for the very last time, we are going to mix. I think I'm going to add a little bit more water. To be honest with you guys, I haven't done this in a long time because the great thing about gel food is that it lasts a very long time. I think of it as a really healthy treat for the fish. Of course, you can use it, I wouldn't say on a daily basis, especially if it's gelatin, because of all the fat in there, but you could use it pretty often, and it's a really good food for your fish. And this mixture, especially for algae eaters. Maybe a little bit more water, I don't know. Now this is definitely the consistency we want. It is a bit floppy and you can see the glaze. So I am now going to put them in the ice tray, and I'm going to do this over the sink because it will be messy. So that is the finished outcome, and I'm going to pop these in the freezer. And as you can see, I do have a bit of excess, so I'm going to put that in a Ziploc bag and freeze it. The more the merrier anyway, because the adult ottos and snails will also be chowing down on these. So yeah. So in the end, I think it all worked out. There are pieces that aren't really held together, and you can see it come off on my hand, but it's still a piece for the most part, so it'll work and it'll be okay. I am worried about the amount of detritus in a herbivore tank, so we'll see how this goes. But we did it. Next time I will definitely add more gelatin though. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make gel food for the Otocinclus fry, and we'll see how this turns out for them, if they really like to graze on it and if it will help in the feeding process. So, but that's it. Make sure to subscribe for more progress of the Otocinclus fry and to hopefully see them grow up. And comment on this video, like it if you like it,